Hello, friends. In today's yoga class, we are going to be focusing on the shoulders and the sensation of flexibility, mobility, and stability. We can apply those to the shoulders. It's important for us to have strong connection to our shoulders, the stability of the joint, and then also the mobility, because this is a highly mobile joint and we want to be able to do things in our lives that require us to be able to move. And then also flexibility allows us to be able to move into different shapes and to maybe do some binding of the body parts with our hands to different parts of the body. The other thing that I want you to realize is that in terms of these principles, we could also apply these to our mind. So when we think about stability in mental capacity, being stable and rooted and grounded, but yet being flexible so that we are not rigid and stuck in our ways, being able to be mobile and to move on from worrying or events that happen to us, and thinking about those also in terms of your emotions as well. So welcome to today's class. If you would like, and if you think you might find useful a strap, and if you have one, I would recommend having it close by in case you need to use it. But if you don't have it, there's always the ability to be flexible in the poses, right? And to just simply do what feels good to you in your body. So our bodies are all different, and it's important to realize that no yoga pose is identical to any other in terms of how it looks in our bodies and how it feels in our bodies. So really tuning into how the pose feels in your body and what feels good to you and what does not feel good to you. So if you don't have a strap, you could use a belt, or you could use a towel, maybe a cotton kitchen towel that's long enough that allows you to maybe wrap around in different positions so that we can do some binding with the shoulders. We are going to start in seated pose. If you'd like to come with me and the Spotify playlist, you can go ahead and press play now. Coming into a comfortable seated position, whether that be on the floor or in a chair. This is an all levels class. We're going to sit up nice and straight, and we're going to just notice how our shoulders feel in this moment. Have you noticed in the present moment, have you noticed that you have had any discomfort in your shoulders or tightness? Breathing. Letting your tops of your shoulders relax down away from your ears. Just letting gravity do its job. Checking in with your mind and your emotions. Letting go of what you think is right or wrong or what should be, and just being present to what is. When you're ready, we're going to bring our hands to the tops of our shoulders, and we're going to begin to circle the elbows around. So coming forward, up, and around, really feeling into that ball and socket joint of the shoulders, really reaching, breathing with this motion. One more time in this direction. We'll travel. And a little flexibility. We're going to take it the other way around. Ability to change direction. One more time around. Let's bring our arms out from the shoulders, palms down. And I want you to feel stability here. So can you feel like you are contracting all the muscles in your arms all at once? And so notice if one arm is higher than the other, my fingers are even adducting, so they're pressing together. And then I'm going to take it over to one side, plant the hand, and then keep that tension in the upper arm and reach it up over my ear. Just feeling into flexibility on the side body. You want to see if you can keep your chest rotated open. Chest is in line, the same plane as your hips, shoulders. And then come back through center. Strong two arms, and then over and on to the other side. Breathe. We're going to do that one more time each side, but now we're going to bring a little bit of mobility into it. So soften the arms, bring the arm up and over, and then begin to just look around with your head and your eyes. Notice your connection, the neck to the shoulders. Notice where it feels a little bit tighter, where it feels a little bit looser. One more time, looking around, and then switching it to the other side. Softer arms this time. Soften in the mind and look around. And then bring it back through center. We're going to extend the spine tall. We're going to take opposite hand to opposite thigh, and then spinal twist, keeping the spine upright, reaching the crown of the head up. Only go as far as it feels good in your body. Taking a deep breath in. Let's reverse it. Go the other way. Take a deep breath in. And exhale back through center. Okay. We're going to circle around the hips. So coming a whole spine over to the side, to the front, and to the back. My hands could be palms down on my knees, and you could make this motion big. Getting the shoulders involved, mobility. And then let's reverse it when you're ready and go the other way around. One more time. Bringing it back to center. We're going to find our way onto all fours. Planting your hands nice and strong, spreading your fingers. We're going to do butterfly push-ups. You could curl your toes under if you want to give your bottoms of your feet a nice stretch. And we're going to keep the arms straight and press the body away, and then just let the chest drop. So notice that my arms are staying straight. Part of shoulder mobility has to do with scapular mobility, your shoulder blade. So just feel into the movement of the scapula as you draw it around the sides of your body, and then as the scapula glide towards one another. Okay, let's take a little break. Let's bring our knees apart, sinking your hips back and coming into extended child's pose. Option for those of you who are feeling good in your shoulders today is to walk your fingertips out, your finger pads. It's almost as if I am hanging from the monkey bars and I can feel the stretch in my body. A little less intense of hanging your whole body weight from your arms, but sensation of reaching forward, flexibility. Okay, let's bring it back to center. Hands underneath your shoulders. Knees underneath the hips. We're going to come into thread the needle. So we're going to lift one arm up and we're going to bring it underneath, planting the shoulder down. See if you can press the top of the shoulder down, and notice if you can get a little bit more movement in the scapula, being nice and gentle here. Taking some deep breaths. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring it back to center. Plant your hand and we'll do the other side. Arm up, opening the front of the shoulder, arm underneath, opening up the back of the shoulder. Bringing it out, unwinding the spine. We're going to sit back onto our heels. If you need to, you can always come up to your knees. And we're going to bring our hands in lotus, mudra, thumb together, pinky finger together, and we're going to let it come up. And then we're going to bring our fingers down. So this is level 1. Staying seated or keeping your bottom half of your body in the same position. Level 2, you could rise up and then exhale back down. Keep a little tuck in your tail. Thumb to index finger, and I'm drawing my elbows back away from my body. One more time. Last one. Exhale back down. Walking your hands out, taking them a little bit further away from your shoulders. We're going to plant our hands and we're just going to try a couple of really shallow plank, kneeling plank yoga push-ups. So the elbows come back, not out to the sides. They come straight back. So just lowering as far as you can. Engage your core. Breathe. Tuck your tail under. Breathing. And then when you're ready, see if you can lower yourself all the way to your belly. Feel the strength in your shoulders. Elbows underneath your shoulder joint. So you have like a 90-degree with your elbow joint. You don't want your elbows way far back. And then Sphinx pose. Pull yourself forward and then look up. Notice how your low back feels today. This is always an option as we move into increasingly more difficult poses today. There's always the option of coming back to Sphinx. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring our hands underneath shoulders. Curl your toes, pressing up, and then into our downward facing dog. You can always keep your knees bent, or you could straighten them. Tailbone up into the sky. Look down, maybe at the mat. Find a gaze point. And then we're going to bend into the knees. Walk our hands back towards our feet. Now, option here is to bring your hands to your shins. More advanced, you keep your hands down by your toes and then just straighten your back and look out. This is monkey pose. So if you have this flexibility, you could have your hands on the floor or you could bring them to your shins. Straight spine, look down, gaze is down, lengthening the back of your body. Let's release that back down. Let your head dangle. Let your shoulders get heavy. Could maybe bend your knees and sway side to side. A little bit of mobility. A little bit of play. Forward fold. And then when you're ready, you could either come up with a straight back or tuck your tail and roll up nice and slow. Take your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them down or back and down the back of the body. Palms are out. Feel stability. Mountain pose. Let's try that one more time. Take your shoulders up, take them back, and then take them down. Hold them down, engage your core, and breathe. Mountain pose, gaze out in front of you. Feel the stability and the strength in your body. Okay. We're going to grab our strap if you have one. If you don't have one, that is not a problem. I'm just going to demonstrate how we can actually use the strap instead of clasping our hands behind our back body. So we have done this pose before where we interlace our fingers, we clasp our hands, we draw our shoulder blades back, right? We can do this pose, do this upper body when we do all kinds of other poses, including lunge, right? Including forward fold. But sometimes that is a little too intense. So you could double up your strap or your, just have your towel or your belt. And then just bring your hands back behind your body and then squeeze your shoulder blades together and pull the strap apart. If you don't have that, just do what feels good to your body. You could place your hands on your low back. You could grab opposite elbows. And then take your shoulders down, pull your belly in, low belly in, tuck your tail, and root. Feel the opening of the chest is a little bit vulnerable, right? But you're still stable. You're still flexible. Flexible on the front of the body. Flexible in your heart. Flexible in your mind. Okay. Now, option here, if you want to join me, we're going to come into a forward fold, but we're going to try to use the strap or have your hands interlaced. Okay. So just coming feet hip width apart, squeeze your shoulders, bend your knees, and then come forward. Maybe the arms can come up over the back body. That's pretty intense. So you could just keep them down and not lift them up over the back of the body. If you like, you could bend into the left knee and then shift your head over to the right. So the right leg is straight, the left leg is bent. And then bring it back to center. You could do the other side, bending one knee, coming over. Bring it back to center. We're going to come back up nice and slow. You could bring your hands down first and then roll your body up. Whew, that was intense. We're going to bring the strap down beside us. Rolling our shoulders back a couple of times. You could twist the body. Let the arms become heavy. Okay, we're going to do a little vinyasa here. Sun salutation, bring our arms up. Release down, forward fold, keeping the back long. Monkey pose, however you did it last time. Looking forward. Exhale, bring your hands down beside your feet. We're going to step one foot back and then the other foot back, coming into our downward facing dog. We're going to come forward and onto plank. Maybe walking your feet back. See if you can get as flat as possible. Squeeze your core. Press the hands away, the body away from the mat. Dome up your upper back. And then everybody, you could drop your knees and lower yourself down onto your belly. We're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulder this time. Option again is to just come back to Sphinx. We're going to hover the hands up as we lift the head and the legs. So taking a deep breath in, lift, just hover the hands. Now lengthen the neck, the spine. Breathe here. This takes a lot of core strength, stability, mental strength, noticing discomfort, breathing through it. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring it back down. Pressing your body back. Curling your toes under, downward facing dog. We're going to come up into three-legged dog. You want to bring one foot more center and then lift the other leg up. You could flex the foot, bend at the knee, look underneath your armpit. We're going to step this foot that's in the air through between the hands, and then we're going to hold it. Planting the inside hand, we're going to rotate towards that front leg and lift the arm up. Option here is to take the back of the hand to the back of the body. This is kind of a bind. And then rotate the chest a little bit further. Do not let this front leg wing out. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring the hand back up. Bring the hand down and step the back foot forward and then roll up. We're going to do that on the other side. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale back down. Monkey pose. Exhale back down. Hands down to the ground. Left foot steps back. Right foot steps back, downward dog. Forward plank position, strength and stability in our shoulders. You can always drop it to your knees if you need to. Everybody lower down, all the way. Hands underneath the shoulders, lifting. Take a deep breath in, exhale back down, coming back into our downward facing dog. Shifting your body weight, right foot, left foot comes up into the sky. Open up the front of the hip. Look underneath your armpit. Stepping that leg that's up in the air through the hands. We're going to pause. Hand on the inside, plants. Rotate towards the front leg. Reach the arm up. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. You can bring your hand back behind your body and open up the chest a little bit more. Flexibility. Take a deep breath in. Bring the hand back up. Bring it down. Step that back leg forward. Forward fold. And then roll up nice and slow. Take a moment here to feel into how your body has responded to those poses, to the energy of flexibility, mobility, stability. We're going to do chair pose options. Remember that your feet should be, they could be together, but we're going to have them hip width apart, or you could bring them together. And then sinking your hips back. Hands could be in front of the heart, or in this case, let's try bringing them back. So palms are facing each other, and you could actually give a little pulse. So it's almost like you're pulsing right behind you. You could lift your toes, could look out, keep the neck long. Kind of pulses with the music. Heartbeats. Take a deep breath in. Let's take our body up and our arms up. Reach up to the sky. And then we're going to take a little reach one side. Reach the other. Okay. Bring it back to center. Back to the front of your mat. If you moved off of it, we're going to come back down. Exhale. Forward fold. Hands down beside your feet. We're going to skip monkey this time. We're going to step back with the right leg, and then we're going to drop that knee. Okay, bring the top of the foot down. Now, option on this is just to keep your hands on your hips or in front of you. Option to interlace your hands back behind your body or to use that strap. Looking up towards the sky. Breathe. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring it back to center. We're going to uncurl that back toe. We're going to lift that leg up, and then we're going to bring the front leg back, downward facing dog. Bring it forward and into plank, stability. You can always drop your knees. And this time we're going to come into child's pose. So take your knees wide and then bring it back. Elbows plant next to your temples, your skull, and then the fingers could come up. You could spread them and then press in. Notice the spaces between your fingers. See if you can walk your elbows out a little bit and find a stretch in the back of your upper arms. We're going to bring our hands down. We're going to find our way onto our belly. If you like to, you could keep your chest low, slide. Option, baby cobra. Squeeze your arms into the sides of your body. Lift your heart. Shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep breath in, bring it back down. Curl your toes under. Press up and back into your downward dog. We're going to take the left leg up into the sky. We're going to step it between the hands. Turn in that back foot and come into our warrior. Warrior 1, or warrior 2, warrior 2. Breathe. We're going to turn palms up. We're going to straighten that front leg. And then we're going to exhale back down. Flowing here. You could turn your head. Last one. Okay, can we pick up that back foot and turn, and we're just going to step to the front of the mat so we can do the other side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale back down. Left foot gets to step back, drop the knee. Coming up, you could bring your hands on your hips or to your heart. You could interlace back behind you. Squeeze the shoulders. Look up. Lean into that front leg. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Take a deep breath in. Let's release the hands. We're gonna curl that back foot. We're going to step the front foot back, downward dog, and then plank position. Knees can come wide. Sink your hips back towards your heels. And we're going to come onto the belly. So remember, there's the option of just coming back into kneeling plank, lowering yourself down, or keeping your hands and your chest low, your arms, your elbows. So sliding through. Drop your belly. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. And then lift. Feet could be wide. Breathe. This takes a lot of strength, a lot of oxygen. Shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath in, bring it back to center. Curl your toes. Downward facing dog. This right leg is going to go up into the sky, and then we're going to step it between the hands, coming into warrior 2. Curl your back or turn your back foot in. Arms out. We're going to lift, take an inhale, and then exhale into that leg. Okay, holding it in Warrior Two. When you come back in, we're going to turn that back foot in and step it forward and take a deep breath in. And exhale back down. Coming into our mountain pose. Closing your eyes for a second. Okay, so we're going to do side angle with the option of binding the hands. So if you have a strap, you could have it near your, near, maybe right in front of your feet. That'd be a good place to put it. And then what we're going to, actually, let's bring it into our hands if you have a strap. It's just easier not to bend over, not as awkward. Okay, so we're going to take it into our left hand, and our right hand, and our left foot is going to be the one that steps back. So same hand, same foot that steps back. Stepping back, Warrior Two. I bring my arms out. And you could do this without a strap. You don't have to have a strap. So the side angle is where we bring our extended side angles, where we bring our arm down to our thigh. And it could just rest there. The bind comes when we bring the top hand around, which we've already done in a low lunge. And I want to make sure that my leg does not rotate in. And then I just want to kind of drop a part of the strap down so that I could reach underneath my front thigh to grab it. So I'm going to bring my hand underneath. I'm going to grab, and then I'm going to open up my chest. So breathing here. Side angle, extended side angle with bind. Breathe. Take one more deep breath in, and then slowly come out of this pose. We're going to pick up the back foot, turn and step it forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale back down. Other side. So same hand, same foot. Step back. Bend into that front leg. Forearm comes down, arms come up. You could hold it right here. You could take the arm up over the shoulder, up over the head. You could bring that arm back behind your body, holding it right here. If you have a strap, or if you're super flexible in the shoulders, you can do this without a strap. Grab underneath, pull, and then let your chest open up. It's really important not to be down here. This is not the pose we want. The pose is we open up the chest. Strength, stability, flexibility, all working together. And then one more deep breath in. And then let's release the strap. Come up. And instead of coming forward, let's do wide straddle, because I think that would feel really good. So turning your feet so that they are wide and parallel. And then slowly coming over. Bringing the hands down. You could bend into your knees if you need to. If your hands reach the ground, you could place them there and sway side to side. Okay. We're going to take one leg under, coming down, sitting on your bottom, and extending the other out to the side. Can have our strap if we decide to use it in a second. So we're going to stretch into that one leg, the long leg. We're going to turn our chest. Option to use your strap. You could grab onto or place it on your foot And you could just come over, keeping your back nice and straight. If you can reach towards your ankle, reach towards your foot, you might not need the strap. So slowly making your way, keeping your neck soft. And then slowly bring it back up. If you have a strap, you could keep it. We're going to move that leg to the front. And we're just going to bring it up, sitting up nice and straight. And then maybe switch it into the other hands. And then reaching that arm back, twisting towards that long leg. Just listen to your body. Bring your body back to center, and then this leg is going to step across. Sitting up nice and tall. This is our pose of the day, Gomukhasana. This is cow's face pose. Option to bring the same hand that the leg is crossing over. So this would be my right hand, and my right leg is crossing over. I'm going to bring it to my back body, and then I'm going to maybe use the strap here to open up my chest. So I bring the strap into that hand that goes above your head, and then I wrap my other arm around, and then I'm sitting up nice and tall. This is my pose of the day. Cow's face, Gomukhasana. Breathe. Relax your jaw. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring it back down. And then let's just twist towards that top leg and look in one direction, nice and gentle. And then do a sweet little counter twist in the other direction. We're going to bring ourselves back to center, and then we're going to take our legs out in front of us, and then just take the knees side to side. Little windshield wiper, reset, reboot. We're going to do the other side. Body weight massage here. Okay, leg long option to use a strap, belt, dish towel. Sitting up nice and straight. Slowly bring yourself over. Take a deep breath in. You could grab your big toe here. That could be your sitting up. We don't want to collapse back like this and become all tight in the upper body. We want to sit up nice and straight. You could bring your arm up. And then switching it to the other hand, you could bring your arm back. Looking back behind you. This is a beautiful stretch on your side of your leg, your IT band. Pose of the day, Gomukhasana, cow's face, cow's head, cow's face pose. Next pose, releasing the foot, wrapping it around. This is our pose actually of the day. Okay. Same hand, my left hand, my right hand wraps around. Maybe I can touch my fingertips. And then you bring it into the strap and you pull the strap apart. And you keep your head nice and tall, nice and straight. Breathing. Okay, let's slowly release that. Bring your hands back behind your body and then take your knees one direction, together and the other. Okay. We're going to ease ourselves onto our back body. And if you have a strap, we're going to take it. If not, that is okay. So you could just lift up one leg, flex the foot. The other option is to bring that strap onto the foot. Remember, being flexible is always a way. Flexible mentally, right? No worries if you don't have a strap or a belt. This feels super good. And this is a really good stretch for sciatica. Really good stretch if you have tight hamstrings. You could also take this over to the side, keeping the hips rooted. So only going over as far as you can to open up the inner groin. You could hold on to that leg with your hand if you don't have a strap. Bring it back to center and then just gently over to one side. This is pretty intense. Outer hip stretch. And then if you like, you could switch legs by bringing one foot up into that. You can pull that leg towards your chest. Breathe. If you like, you could bring the leg out to the side, keeping the hips rooted. Don't let that opposite hip come off the ground. And then slowly bring it back up. Bring it across. Gentle, gentle. And then let's bring it back to center. We're going to release that. One more pose before final relaxation. And this is bridge pose. So this is a gentle back bend, but it also is a hip opener. So let's bring our hands down beside our body. You could use the strap, or you could interlace your fingers underneath your body, or you could just have your hands flat on the mat. So lifting yourself up. Option is just to stay right here. Option, interlacing your hands under and then walking one arm under, the other arm under, and then opening the chest. Draw your thighs together towards one another. Breathe. And then releasing your hands and lowering yourself down. If there's Any other movements that you think might feel good before final relaxation? You can take them. Otherwise, remembering that if you start to feel like you can't breathe or you're coughing or whatever, you can always come up and do final relaxation in a seated position. But taking the time to really calm the mind, integrate what we have done with all of these poses in this practice tonight or today. Just giving yourself this next 3 minutes. Taking a moment to just scan the body and notice what it is that you feel. And when you're ready, you can slowly roll over onto one side of your body, bringing your knees in towards center. And then press up. Sitting up nice and tall. And just thinking about ways that we could incorporate the ideas, the concepts of flexibility, agility, and mobility into our daily lives. You could bring your hands together, give yourself a little gratitude for coming to today's practice, to coming to the mat, to doing some work. Gratitude for each other, all those that support us in our lives. Namaste.